I reviewed 3 reviews.
Three?
Of Lil Xan's Xanarchy.
Oh, he didn't even
Sticking
listen
to
to
the theme.
anything outside of...
No,
There you
because
go.
like I was scared they might play something.
Right.
So I had to do this one.
Sure.
So I watched Melon, Sean, and then just some random.
And a random. All right, give us Melons first. I bet you're going to say that first.
I did.
Boom.
Well, I said it in like...
In chronological order?
Yeah, the way that I read it out. So I just like... I put the highlights of each one into this just because it's funny.
Right.
So...
Mate, turn that shit off, man. That's
Yeah, it's
unprofessional.
alright.
Look at this production here. Goodness me. Always
Mate,
on silent gang.
We just filmed ourselves getting electrocuted.
Silent gang.
Mate, it's still on loud from listening to Lil Xan.
Put my Instagram tag right here.
Why?
Thing. I don't know. I see the lesser editors because you're just so god level. They can do it, so you can do it too. Put ours right here. Boom, boom. Make the little click sound too. You ever seen that?
I have. You see like the little hand come up?
Yep. Do that. Click on these below, and Robert's will be
Just here.
Yeah. There you go. Click on the links. Follow the Robert.
One time, you asked me to, like, put your Instagram name up there, so I just put Russ's.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah. Alright, so Melon said, the songs are very repetitive because Xan can't commit more than 10 words to his memory per track.
He's not wrong.
He says Xan just creaks his way through the tracks, like a creaky door that never closes. Just goes around and around.
Right, there you go.
Just keeps creaking.
You're not wrong.
He is the most drab feature of the album. Even more drab than the instruments who outshine him. The album is like having a weird friend who laughs very strangely at inappropriate times. It's true. It is the music equivalent of zonking out, drooling all over yourself, and then pissing your pants. There was also a comment on the video. Lil Xan makes music for freshmen who think sticking up the middle finger to the bus driver is rebellious.
Not wrong.
What Sean did was just like listen to a few songs of Xan's.
Right.
Not like the whole album. I think someone would have just said, oh, check out Lil Xan. Here's like 5 top songs.
Right.
Something like that. So he listened to Betrayed,
Slingshot.
Far, Xanarchy, Slingshot, and then another one that I forget.
We don't know it.
First thing he feels when hearing the name Lil Xan is a desire to extinguish him. He is a walking virus. And he said, be careful, man. You don't want to catch a Lil Xan.
You don't actually want
That, that does sound like a disease. He actually brought out a condom, or a beanie weenie, as he called it, just so he doesn't catch anything while listening.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. Should have worn a helmet too.
He did Betrayed first, which he actually liked. Like, he was dancing along to it and shit. He liked the melody and, like, the hard bass. The Skittles line and the dickhead down line. He said, well, that's just rude. Yep. He also did... Oh, I read that bit out. And you could see him going from, like, not minding him to disliking him. Right. At one point, he said, you're not going to get me with that beat. Okay, you're just repeating yourself. When he said, like, fuck that shit, fuck that shit, fuck that shit. Over and over again.
Right.
And then the third guy I did was Rick the Lay, I think. L-A-I.
L-A-I, yeah. Rick the Lay, yeah.
Yeah. And then
Shout out to Rick the Lay. How many subscribers does he have?
I don't know. The view count on this was 500 at my time of viewing.
There you go.
But he calls it Ricky Reviews, which I think is a great name. So shout out Rick the Lay.
Yeah.
Some great titling right there. He said... This was actually quite a funny review. It was like 2 minutes long.
Right.
Said, the album is intentionally brainless.
Right.
He can't even do dumb fun. If you're going to make brainless jams, at least make it entertaining to blast out loud, which I did use in my review. TikTok is an ironic title for a song that takes the least amount of time to signal to you that it's totally incompetent. Xan is less focused on developing lyrics than he is repeating them. And this one's my favourite line. If there's any project that's displayed the power of repetition in music, it's not going to have been made by Lil Xan.
There you go. Shout out Ricky Reviews, shout out The Melon, and shout out Sean C.
Yep, check them all out.
What do you think they...
They're equally good for different things.
There you go. So you think, what was their cumulative score? What do you reckon they...
I'll rate them differently. Melon was quite funny, but he didn't put down a single good thing in the album. And, like, you know, I reviewed it. Xan did have some good things.
Right.
So
Melon gets a...
4 out of 10.
Sean gets a...
Sean, it wasn't quite an album review. He was just reacting to, random tracks.
Sure.
But I'd rate him a 7. He did actually react quite accordingly and sort of like... But I think I'm sort of hating on him because he liked it at first.
Right. And Ricky Reviews?
Oh, he gets a 10. He was
10 out of
fucking
10.
hilarious.
Good work, Ricky Reviews. Yeah.